Hey, this is Matsan and welcome to our new episode.
Yay! Finally, welcome back to our channel. In this episode, what are we going to do?
In this episode, since it's kind of like a marriage topics recently,
Marriage season.
I would like to ask this lady over here about how it exactly looked like in Taiwan. Because you know
About wedding, yes.
Yes, I still have to say I'm living with her for over 5 years, and I still don't really know how it looks like. And also, since you know we are getting married, we will separate the marriages in like 2 ways, like the weddings. First one will be in Poland, and then after a while, like after a bit of time, we are going to Taiwan to experience some really traditional wedding there.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this. I really have no idea how it's gonna look like, but I'm excited
about that.
a lot. I'm very happy because I'm just gonna enjoy. I'm just gonna enjoy everything. Like in here, I'm stressful, but in there, I'm gonna be very happy and enjoying everything.
Great.
With
Good for
huge
you.
curiosity. So, I have special questions here.
Okay.
I would like to just ask some things about this wedding. So, basically, you know. What you do before the wedding? You propose, right?
Sex! Sorry.
No! No one do that. Who do that?
Not me, for sure.
Good. Okay, so, so stupid. What you do before the actual wedding? Like how to, like, because you have to propose, yes? Or you don't have to propose, I don't know in Taiwan. Like, how it works? Like, I want to marry you, what should I do if I'm like Taiwanese, yeah?
So generally there's a big differences between Taiwanese and Polish about engagement. Because of course you ask me if I would like to marry you and I say yes, but at the same time you should get the permission from my family, like from my parents, that is for sure. Yeah, so that is like the first level of the game that you have to get the permission.
First level?
Yeah, and then the second level that there must be a ceremony of the engagement. Like, not like must be, but most, like I would say that like 90% of the people would do that. Yeah, and it's really funny because the engagement ceremony is usually held, like lead by the woman's family and paid as well.
The ceremony of engagement
is
lead by the girl's family.
Girl's family.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does this ceremony look like?
Like wedding, like wedding, but it's a pre-wedding. So
wow, so it's a lot.
So it's like a smaller party, but there is a party, and it's only about engagement.
This is really crazy and very interesting because I see like in here I have this kind of feeling like, yes, I ask you to, like, I propose, but it doesn't feel that serious.
Yeah.
Like I propose and I didn't even ask my parents. I just told them that I actually proposed, yes? So this is really, so if someone wants to propose in Taiwan, it has to be really serious that yes, it's gonna be marriage just after a while probably, yes? So that's why, okay, this is interesting.
Yes!
Okay, next question I have to you. Okay, let's say,
yes.
I proposed. Who pays for the wedding? Like, who pays? Couple pays?
So that's the other tricky thing. That firstly, as I say, engagement is paid by the woman's part. So wedding is usually paid by man's family.
Okay, fair enough, I think.
Yeah, so of course, if you're a more modern family, you want to share it, I think no one will against it. But traditionally, it should be like that. And we also have another thing is about the wedding, not like wedding cake, but wedding pastry. So there are 2 types. First is like the Eastern type of pastry. Second is the Western type of pastry. So Eastern pastry is like, it would be like a big cake with some, you can be the salty one or the sweet one with some stuff inside. Okay. And you will buy like this for like, usually it's this size for a family. So it's like we are giving invitation card here, yeah? And in there we are giving invitation cards and later on it will be also with this cake. And you can also choose the Western type, which is gonna be those cookies. Like it's gonna be like in the big.
But
metal.
Western, you mentioned that like Western style or Western side of Taiwan or
Western style.
Style, like
only about the pastry. So Western style of pastry. So it will be made into those small pack of cookies, like what you have here, and then we'll pack them into like a big metal box, and it's like a gift for the people.
All right.
Who is gonna join the wedding?
Lots of details, I have to say. And about the invitation, I just want to ask. So you do this cake stuff to the family, and about other invitation, do you prepare any cards?
Yes,
or cards, and you invite people by cards?
By cards, or I could say in the old style, we invite people by the cards, and it has to be in the red cards.
Yeah, because red is like this, you know.
The lucky color.
The lucky color.
And red cards usually it's with those golden font, golden color font, and then red and gold is like the best color combination ever. Like this kind of feeling, like very traditional.
Yeah.
And
nice.
like the wording inside is also very formal about those old type. But
we would love to hear.
We sincerely invite you, blah blah blah. Yeah, and there is a new wave of invitation, at least among my generation, among my friends. What they're doing, they go to Facebook, they create like an application, like a Google page, to Google Documents, and then they tell everybody on Facebook, we are getting married, and please fill in this table if you would like to join our wedding. Yeah, so then if you feel like you are close enough to join our wedding, so come here. Like that, yeah. And then they will collect the head counts, and then they will send you the invitation cards. And I think nowadays the invitation cards, they also have this new, like the more design in those cards, not only the traditional one.
So it's like you put it on Facebook, and then the actual friend that you don't like
will join.
Who likes you will join, and then you will be angry.
Yeah.
And also, I would just like to ask about, is there any like specific date of wedding? Like, is there any superstitious about this? Any date that you should avoid? Oh, of course, yes, okay.
So, as you all know, we have this lunar calendar.
Yes.
So everything you're gonna do should be checked by this lunar calendar, because there's always a suggestion. These days are good for wedding. These days are good for moving in the new house. Something like that. So usually we check this lunar calendar. It's like when there's a day marked like super lucky day for wedding. So usually people choose that day. And that's why it's funny that
it's gonna be written in the calendar, this is the super lucky day for wedding.
Yeah, or like this is like a super bad day for doing what? Like usually in lunar calendar it's like that.
So it's very crazy, because there's companies, since I think lots of people really trust this kind of calendar.
Yes.
So there's gonna be many like those companies about wedding, they will be crazy.
Yes, because even nowadays when I'm just checking my Facebook and like, oh, first couple getting married today, and then going down second couple, third couple, like everybody choose those specific days.
I remember that.
Yeah, all the times like that. So of course there's a specific date to get married.
How about the people? Like, is it really matter like how many people will be there at the place? Or usually it's really tons of people, or rather just a smaller amount? Or
depends, but people around me usually have bigger party.
Like around, you can say like it's 200, 100?
Usually we use like table as a unit, because one table includes like 10 people. We use those round table. So one table includes 10 people, and I guess there are like 10 to 20 tables, I think.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot, and a lot of money.
Okay. And also, you mentioned a lot of money, so I just want to ask, you are saying about the cost, but also those people give you the gifts probably, yes? Money, okay. They don't give anything, just money.
Money in the red envelope.
In a red envelope, so exactly the same style as in during the New Year,
Yeah.
Okay, so very fluent way of making things, like very kind of, I have to say, organized. And also I want to ask one thing, that because for example in Poland we have like those two types of wedding. Can be like the church wedding, depends on which religion you are, and mostly Catholic here. or the civilian wedding. I don't know how to say it. The wedding that someone doesn't want to make it in a church, or they are not believers, stuff like that. Yeah. So I just want to ask how it is in Taiwan, because obviously there is not like, I guess if it's a Catholic family, they can do like in a Catholic church.
They can do, of course. I read something about this Buddhism wedding, but I never experienced any of those, so I really cannot say anything about that. Okay. So you have Buddhism wedding, you have Catholic or Christian wedding, so it's in a church. Details, I don't know, but I think it's pretty much the same as yours, singing those Christian songs and talking about something from the Bible about love, more or less like that. And then the most popular one is, like I say, there's the very traditional one, so later on I can explain what are the details, but they're like very traditional one, you have to go through all those steps, why you have to do it at this moment. Or just simplest one is like normal one. Normal one, so you just invite some band, some host to host this whole wedding in the restaurant, more or less, like the party part of yours. Or if someone really just don't like any kind of party, so they can do the civilian, but only the civilian. They will just go to the office, like the bureau, to do the signing the paper.
So it's more like religion. It's kind of, let's say, religion wedding mostly, because it's connected to this Buddhism or other.
Rather no, like this old style. I personally don't think it's connected to religion. It's just about traditions.
Tradition. I got it. However, I want to ask about the place, because
what do you mean about place?
Does it mean that basically any kind of place, any kind of restaurant or open space or everything, can be?
There's the other differences about city or village.
Yes, also this is what I want to ask. Village kind of wedding and city kind of wedding.
When I was really young, like a child, it was very popular back then to have this outdoor wedding. Outdoor weddings, like the eating part will be completely outdoor, and it still exists, of course, because we join these kind of wedding from time to time. You do it outdoor, and there's like a professional team of chefs. They are professional in this outdoor wedding kind of feast. So they prepare everything, so of course also in the round table. And if you live in the city, usually people choose those very big restaurants which can fit in lots of people.
Okay. I'd like to ask you, son, like how does it look like exactly? Because we mentioned like yes, it can be outside, inside, but we didn't really mention how it looks like. So is this like many steps going on, or is like shorter kind of like how many days?
I mean, it will be finished in one day, of course, but if you go with the traditional one, there are really lots of details. So, maybe we can make another episode to talk about all the details in the traditional one, because it is very interesting. It's completely different than the Western.
So maybe next video we will make like a detailed explanation of what is going on, with some pictures included, with stuff like that, yes? So you guys and I am also personally very, very interested in how it looks like, because for sure it's not gonna look the same as those Western kind of parties, yes?
Exactly.
You mentioned already something to me that I will need to choose Chinese name. Like, is that for real?
For real. Because anyways, after we get married, I have to update my ID card, my Taiwanese ID card, and on the back side of your card, you have to put who is your partner. The name. Okay. So it has to be a Chinese name. So by then we'll name you. Or you will name yourself.
I will name myself. Right now we know overall how it looks like and how to say, like the shell of it.
Yeah.
And the next video we will talk about the exact details inside, like how it looks like, because I'm also very, very curious.
Yes.
So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's stay tuned and see you guys
very soon.
Very soon.
Bye bye, we love you.
Bye bye. Hey yo.